5's Chad Petrie has the story.
When you get a fast food meal, no one expects to be called a little ugly dude. We get
MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go. Just another day on the couch, talking about all the problems of today. Yes. Welcome back to another episode of Just Therapy. It is another beautiful Monday evening, y'all. Woo. You already know what it is. We got another great episode of Just Therapy, and my co-host with the Moses is back. I'm so happy my sis is back. Welcome on in, Miss BBC.
Greetings, everyone. Hey, bro, greetings. How are you?
What's going on, sis? You know me, being blessed, loving life, same old.
Absolutely.
Glad to see you back in the building.
I know.
I feel like it's been a month since I seen you.
Right. I missed you so much, and I was just like, oh my God, like it was devastating to be going through what I was going through. But I was like, you know, you have this just people that you need, like you want to connect with, you know what I'm saying? Like it's your tribe. And I was just like, I was missing you. I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't get to be your baby girl, you know, only on line or whatever like that, like to actually be involved and connected. I needed it so bad. I missed you so much. I like literally stalked your phone yesterday. So you already know.
Well, I'm glad you are back. All right, y'all. So welcome to another episode of Just Therapy. It is another beautiful Monday evening. We hope your work Monday wasn't that bad, but we are here to end your Monday evening with some therapy on the couch. And when I mean we got some topics for your ass, Real quick before we get started, big shout out to last week's guest. Comedian Sister Lou was in the building. Great episode. Make sure you check it out. You get a chance, listen to it on Spotify, or go back and rewatch it, whatever you want to do. But check it out. She is doing her thing down in the Columbus, Ohio area, and funny, cool, down to earth, just good people. It was a great interview. So make sure you check that out. And we are here today. Before we even start, I know we don't do recaps anymore, but I gotta touch base on what I watched Friday and Saturday. So, you know, I'm a big dude. Well, not big dude, but big person. I always be on my Bible app on the phone. YouVersion is the app that I use, and they kept talking about this Gather 25, right? Gather 25. And so I was like, you know, interested in seeing what was it about. And it finally came about, and it started Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But this event was for the global church. Basically anyone who believes in Jesus, follows Jesus, prays, you know, all that. So that's what it was about, the global church. And it was around the world. It was in like 5 different continents. They had North America, you know, which was us, of course. Then you had Venezuela was in there. No, I'm sorry, not Venezuela. New Zealand, Africa, Asia, India, and there was Eastern Europe. I think it was Eastern Europe, one of the Europes, but it all came together, was praying, definitely praising and singing and just listening to what God is doing around the world. And it was an amazing experience. I started listening and watching at 8:00 that night on Friday. Literally was listening and watching until 4 a.m. until I went to bed. Then woke up at like 10, got back on at like 10:30, watched for like 3-4 more hours. It was an amazing experience, and it fed me so much. It had me fired up, and it was just a good experience. So I got to tell everybody about that. You can still actually go to it. It's gather25.com. Check it out. It was 25 straight hours. You don't have to watch the 25 straight hours. You can watch some of the highlights. You can watch, the North America, the Africa, or whatever, parts of it. But it was amazing. Oh, man, it was so dope. So check it out if you get a chance. It was definitely a blessing to be able to see what everybody's doing around the world and Christ followers, and just knowing that God is still moving in our world. So it was dope. All right. Let's get 6 up. 6 footer in the building. What's up, girl? How the hell you been? She said, put it in there. What's up? Glad to see you checking in on the couch. My guy DJ is on the couch. Miss you, 6 footer. So one of my people from the cruise, good people, man. Big shout out to
blessings.
All right, let's get into it, man. We got a lot of topics to discuss. First topic we're gonna get in, we go just go ahead and straight get to it. So we want to talk about the blackout. I don't know if we calling it blackout 25, the blackout, the people against what is it, Project 25 blackout. I really don't even know what it's called. People was calling it the blackout. They had some, like, if you was on social media, they had like certain lists, and to me it was funny because people was putting these lists out, but you got to know it's social media, so you have your trolls, right? You have people literally putting out multiple lists to confuse people. And then they had a list where it was like, oh, these people support Project 25, so don't shop at their establishments. And that list, the list that said that, literally none of those companies supported Project 25. You had to do your research, right?
You definitely had to do your research.
Yeah, and it was funny because on that list of, it was like, oh, people who support Project 25, and it didn't have Walmart or Sam's Club, who we know is owned by the Waltons, wasn't on that list. So I was like, I knew it was a fraud when I seen that list.
Right.
So let's speak of the list first off, because it's a lot to break down in this blackouts thing. Did you see any of the lists, sis?
Yes, I did see some of the list. I did my research as well, but I'm in a sister circle, and I'm in many different things, so they keep us definitely up on what we need to know had we missed it.
Okay.
So yeah, I was up on the list. I was up on like the movement of what we were going to do. I really, as a Rasta woman, sometimes you don't want to get so involved, but you definitely want to be up on it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's hard not to get involved, because I was sending it out like, this is what we need to do. This is what, come on, let's ride together or whatever, and especially within the Black community. So yeah, I was definitely up on it, and I've seen many elevations of it.
Okay. Couchers, always chime in. Don't forget, this is the best interactive podcast in the world, labeled by me, of course. So if you are on my personal page, I will read your comments. But if you want to see your comments on the screen, please go to Just Therapy, the podcast, on Facebook or YouTube, and I will put them up on the screen. So I definitely want to hear from our couchers on this. We're talking about the blackout. Let me know if you've seen any lists. What was the discrepancy between lists? That's the first thing I want you to comment on, because we're talking, like I said, we're talking about the blackout. So Second thing I want to talk about the blackout was they had because like it wasn't just a blackout. I seen something else. Somebody posted something else saying it was like certain dates. People were doing certain things, right? And I seen a date on there where it was talking about not going to work or walking out of work or things like that to show solidarity for, people with the struggle or, trying to say, we stand against whatever it was, Project 25 or whatnot. I looked at the date and I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm about to not go to work to try to save these kids' lives. So, I mean, like, other people's job, I get it. If you walked out, kudos to you. I'm glad you're supporting, but there was no way I could because I love my job so much because of the simple fact I'm trying to save these kids' lives, talking about mental health and suicide prevention. So there was no way I was going to walk out on work. DJ, go ahead.
You said they were telling people to walk up on their jobs?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I never seen any of that.
Yeah, I seen a list where they was talking about boycotting your establishment for that day. It was not on that Friday that just passed. It was a different day. I seen that list. So Couchers, let me know if you seen that list because it was like a list.
I seen if they were saying if you worked at like Target and Walmart and Aldi's and different organizations, but not just I think it was for the people, Black people that worked at these particular things. I didn't see it, but I remember hearing something as far as even if you work at these establishments, like you should do a walkout. I think a lot of Amazon people did.
Okay. Because if you had Amazon people walking out of work and not, going to work, it definitely put a dent in their pockets. I know it did. But when you think about being a delivery driver, as I was when I worked for bitch ass FedEx, those packages are still gonna be there the next day. So you still gonna have to deliver those packages. So just because you walked out that day and no deliveries went out, best believe they called somebody in to deliver them, or they're gonna be on your truck that next day. You might have a double day load just because you didn't go in. So you got to be, careful with what you do on that.
It's a lot with that, but at the same time, I mean, a lot of states were protesting. They had picket lines.
Okay.
They were not letting like Walmart. They was not letting people in Walmart. Like the picket lines were massive. It was a lot of videos showing people really coming together. I was sharing it in my story on Instagram, and I did some on the Facebook. I really love that it was all cultures, all races, like everybody was really standing together. But I don't give you don't mind me jumping into the vibes or whatever, because I didn't like that a lot of people, this is what I didn't like they were doing. Some people are scared. They don't know about the movement as like us millennials or Gen Zs or anything like that. So, they don't know, like I got to pay my bills. I got kids to take care of. So they're still at work. And then it was some of our people or even white people going in, packing up their basket, going up to and then putting their stuff down.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, thought you had to tell, didn't you? Fuck Target or whatever like that. To me, that's not the concept. Don't make our people's job harder when they had to be at work, barely doing anything. They're getting looked at sideways, like, what y'all gonna do? Are y'all on their side or our side? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. And then they got to put all that stuff back. Okay, no one's shopping, yes, but what? That wasn't the movement. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't a purpose. Mm-hmm. And then I see people making videos like, me sneaking in Target, me sneaking in Walmart, and buying stuff or whatever like that. I feel like it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? And to be a part of the movement now, everything is a joke, and it really, they're not going to take us seriously if we're not taking us seriously. Even if you're actually doing it, or if you're trying to make a joke just to make $1, you're clickbait and or whatever like that. Once you clickbait because everybody have been programmed to be followers, now you you know what I'm saying, you intrigue somebody else to come on and be followers. That really, you know, aggravated me. But at the same time, we can't expect our youth to really be serious about it if they haven't even been taught about their history, about our history, about really standing together, about, you know, the picket lines and the protesting and everything like that. Because if we're not putting it inside of, you know, into them, excuse me, pause, if we're not elevating them and giving them the knowledge of, hey, this is what boom, 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 you can't expect them to take it seriously. You know, Black history, protesting, all of that, that's been taken out of schools, really. You know what I'm saying? A teacher can teach it, but on their own, you know, regiment or whatever like that. But parents need to be teaching, this is serious. And it needs to be more of a movement. Yes, we have this time, and it starts off small, but come on. Let's really, really elevate it. Let's push it. And we can't be like, you can't be a squatter on this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a movement. If you're a part of it or you're the problem. So that was a lot of things that was really aggravating me about it. I felt like it was a lot of support, yes, but a lot of people. Oh, I saw one girl like, I'm not gonna not shop at Target. I ain't about to be about this bullshit. It ain't none of my business and whatever like that. And I usually try to be like, you know, I just like, I don't know if you're clickbait or not, but please stop. Stop being stupid. And I don't believe I'll call somebody a bitch before I call them stupid, and I really don't like calling women bitches, you know. But you know what I'm saying? It just bugged me because, like, why? It just don't say nothing. If you feel like you still gonna shop, like, let this happen. Be in support of, you know, in the background or whatever like that. You feel like you need to do what you gotta do what you gotta do, but sit back and let it happen because it needs to happen. And they're never gonna take us serious because they already know we don't support each other.
Right, absolutely. So DJ said he saw them and the lists were confusing. I thought the list was confusing because you got to remember, like I said, they had people trying to combat what was going on. So of course they made fake lists. KT in the building. What up, sis?
Hi, sis.
What up? So with the videos, I seen a video of I don't know where he was from. I hate to say that he was a pastor, but he was. But this was a while ago, maybe towards the beginning of February, where he went into a Target and packed up a whole cart full of stuff and then went to the cashier and was like, oh yeah, I'm not buying this, and then walked out and video recorded that. That wasn't the message they was trying to send.
Absolutely not.
So the other point I wanted to talk about with the blackout was, did you actually participate in the blackout? You know what I'm saying? Couchers, let me know if you participated in the blackout, because I know the whole thing was to not spend money at certain spots, right? So I made sure that I didn't need gas. I didn't need to go and get Lil Mama no snacks from Walmart. I mean, from Sam's. So I made sure I didn't do that. I did get her hair done. It was at the salon. I mean, it was, you know, like it wasn't, you know, it was a privately owned Black salon. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I'm getting Lil Mama's hair done. So it's almost like if you didn't do your whole research or if somebody didn't school you on it, you really didn't know where you can shop at. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I know they were saying, you know, you can spend it with the Black business, but what if you wanted to spend it with a white business that support the Black cause? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't specific enough because, you know, you just kind of threw this out here. Well, don't spend any money. Like, what do you mean don't spend it? No money at all. Like, unless it was for necessities. That's what it said. That's what the one thing I seen said.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, no, that I think very specifics.
Right. So it was like, it wasn't enough real specific list, but you see what I'm saying? Because they had a specific list of places that said, you know what I'm saying? The list actually said, don't support these businesses. They support Project 25. That whole list was businesses that actually didn't support Project 25.
Oh, you know I see. Well, like I said, we get direct stuff. So we had direct lists, you know, I tried to send out stuff. I thought I did send you some stuff. Everything was very, very specific and broke down in detail that I seen, but I'm also a researcher. And so like, I followed, the research that I got and the information that I received. However, I think that people that just kind of went by the social media posts, that probably did make them confused because of everything that was like kind of mixed up and, different people trolling. It was very specific. I did shop because I didn't shop that whole day because I'm just getting out. I had to get gas because it was my first day back out. So I got gas from a Black owned gas station here in Cleveland. And I also shopped with a couple of people because a lot of people were shopping with me. So I just wanted to support where I could. I did shop with some of my white people that definitely, uprise and support. Those are people that I can see if we had to do a march and it was MLK. Because what people don't realize is it wasn't just Black people marching with MLK.
Listen, I was just about to go to that point because you said something earlier that, saying that you said you seen videos of all races out there supporting this cause of the blackout, was picketing in front of Walmart, not letting people in. And you said it wasn't just Black people. See, that's my, my thing behind it. Because like I said, you said you supported some white counterparts that will be with the uprisement. And that's what I'm saying. KT was like, to me, we need to plan a to buy Black owned. But this is the thing. Like you said, go ahead and finish what you said about the march.
Yeah, so I just feel like what people don't realize that it did say support only Black owned, but that's not my movement. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in unity. And we have to remember that, Martin Luther King, so many people marched with him. Like, you look at some of the videos and you look at some of these actresses and stuff like that. When you look at some of the, people actually don't realize that we're not in this by ourselves. There are people, there were people that owned slaves that didn't treat their slaves like slaves. There were people that didn't believe in abuse. And they believed that, the violence was, they saved us. They helped Harriet Tubman. She didn't do it by herself. Those are things that we forget. So finding unity and standing up for each other is not a bad thing. We're fighting against the monsters. We're fighting against Babylon. We're fighting against the wicked, and they are too, because DEI is not just it's not even about us. We at the bottom of the thing. It literally started out for white women. And that's what people fail to realize, because white women really wanted to do their own thing. They wanted to be able to vote or whatever. So we're taking too much in that. Don't get me wrong. I uprise my people first, but my people is just not Black people. You know what I'm saying? There are Black monsters. There are Black people that are against all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I am for the people who are for us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you're white, Black, Puerto Rican, brown, yellow, doodoo color, pale, olive, whatever you do, we have to be in unity, because they're not just fucking over Black people, they're fucking over everybody who they feel is lower than them. They're taking over nations and countries and stuff like that. Poor people, they're colonizing and doing all these things. So it's not just about us. You know what I'm saying? Because we are, but we are forgetting to be there for each other. And we're forgetting to hold that down. It's other people that's holding us down more than we're holding us down. So we need to make sure we still collaborating with those people and being in unison with the people that are supporting us, because we don't know. The guns are at our head like this. We got the Black hand, the white hand, and whoever, So we need to be for who is for us. And that's just how I feel about it.
No, absolutely. DJ chimed in. He said, I only spent money on a catfish dinner.
Was it good? Because everybody can't cook catfish.
Right,
so catfish is very, I love me some catfish, but if it was good, I'm jealous.
Right. KT said, I spent money because I already had plans for Friday before I heard about the blackout. Also, she said people shopping hard on Thursdays and then again on Saturday defeated the purpose. I think that defeated the purpose too, because if you putting all that extra money in on a Thursday or Saturday, what was the point of not shopping at all on a Friday? You know what I'm saying? So
I want to know where my cousin was at, because she be gone. She'll come on Facebook, post, and she be out. Like, how did you not see it until Friday? It's been like crazy fun. People been going crazy on it. Where you been, cousin?
JD, I'm gonna read your comment, but I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with your comment. People need to be colorblind. I mean, that's just bullshit, because everybody unless you colorblind. It's about the character of the person, not the color of their skin. So when people say they don't see color or they're colorblind, to me that just makes no sense.
I think when you say that, and I know you don't mean it in the way that you're saying it, it sounds terrible. Color is what make us all beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's what make the world. There's no such thing as colorblind. I want to see you as your peach, white, alabaster. I want you to see me as chocolate chip, double stuffed chocolate, caramel, vanilla. I want to see you as olive, you know what I'm saying, pale, tan. That is what makes the world abundantly beautiful. Don't ever be colorblind. Don't say you don't see color. And that's fine if we see color. However, I get how you mean it, but stop using that. People should not be colorblind. People should never say they don't see color, because that's what makes us beautiful. That's what makes us powerful. We are all blessings to each other. And it's important to understand that you see me and all my chocolateness, and I see you and all of your beautiful cherry red ones. Because I'm like, yeah, you know. So it's a vibes. It's a vibes.
Right. No, absolutely. Okay. DJ also chimed in. He said, always remember that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, float like. He said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Ali said, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Man, you get on my nerves with that bullshit.
I'm like, Elijah Muhammad, what?
Okay, right. I seen the extra. I'm like, man, you get on my nerves with that one. But I mean, because it's about unity, right? And if we don't unite as one front, because when you really think about it, there is no law specifically that says you have to pay taxes, but they always make us pay taxes. That's the thing.
It's not a law. It's not a law. It's called something else, but they do make you, and then we'll find you and put you in jail.
Yep, if you don't pay taxes. So that's the thing. But if we don't stand up together, and that's why I always tell people, we all bleed red. We are all God's children. And if we don't get together and do the right thing for everyone, we all gonna be messed up. I mean, that's just what it is. So
we gotta stop talking about it and be about it. That's what.
No, absolutely correct. So it's like, you know, I mean, I did my best not to, you know, spend money on Friday, but like I said, I got Lil Mama's hair done. Yeah, it was a Black-owned beauty salon, and then she wanted Olive Garden. I didn't eat all day until like after she was done getting her hair done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She didn't eat since lunchtime. The appointment got pushed back, so she wanted Olive Garden, so we went to Olive Garden. You know what I'm saying? Like that little $20 I spent on Olive Garden wasn't gonna make or break nobody. So if Olive Garden was on the list, so
it wasn't.
So because my whole thing is I'm gonna feed Lil Mama. I ain't want to go home and make something and then have to wait all like that. We, you know, got our breadsticks right away, and she was eating because she was hungry. So you know what I'm saying? So I made an executive decision for my household to go ahead and buy Olive Garden on Friday. You know what I'm saying? So if I was in the wrong, I mean, kiss my ass. If I was in the right,
wasn't in the wrong. It wasn't on there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so because like my thing was when you said people was basically doing clickbait shit, like, I'm gonna stop at Target. Ain't nobody gonna make me stop at Target. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with everybody. So never think it's not involved with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, DEI, like, and that's the sad part. A lot of people think DEI was specifically black. It was not. It was literally started for women, white women, like you said, and then us, and then just the
No, it was white, Asian, military. Like, we're way at the bottom. We're like 3% of what DEI was for.
Mm-hmm. But you got to remember the whole thing about DEI. It was that hiring somebody because they had the qualifications, not because of the color of their skin. I mean, that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that and they're like, oh, well, you know, we got to get rid of DEI and all this shit and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, there was no white people with Kendrick Lamar.
I think that people are too focused on it. Really, that's not even the biggest issue.
Exactly.
It's too focused on it. And I think, but it's social media that keeps it pushed or whatever like that, because it's a distraction. Mm-hmm. It's a distraction. And I think that's where people are failing to, the blackout was about Project 25. It wasn't just about DEI. And people are focused really on that one, and then they're missing all the stuff. So the people that are really not paying attention and not knowing the list or whatever like that, they're not in the right surroundings and the right groups or whatever to be talking to. They're not doing the right research of what it's all about. And that's where we fail at, because if you're just like following social media and you're really not following the politics, and not to get into the politics, because politics and religion, you know, it's a whole vibes. But you should be finding out for yourself. You should be listening. You should be watching the interviews and for yourself, so that you can know what is really going on. Watching the what are they called when they're, you know, mediating and everything like that. The what?
Debates.
Yeah, watching all those, because those are the things that we really need to be paying attention to. And I think that people are lacking that. You just can't just pay attention to what the news say. You can't pay attention just to what social media say, because the government pay trolls to throw distractions in there to confuse people, and people just grab on to it. Like, so like, boom, with Angie Stone. Angie Stone passed away. I didn't even believe it at first, because it wasn't on like main, you know, it wasn't main knowledge. It was all these little, you know, pot things and everything like whatever like that. I'm like, that happened this morning. Y'all posting already, like y'all got all the news and all the stuff. You don't know. So I literally had to go in like, really, I need to find out. I went all the way to her daughter page. I had to find out who her daughter was and then go to her page to see, was this like some clickbait shit? You know what I'm saying? It was devastating to find out about Angie Stone. She's definitely a legend. And the crazy thing is, 3 weeks ago, she had did a video speaking about how she didn't get paid. She doesn't have royalties and everything like that for so much work that she did. And then all of a sudden, boom, she's in an accident. What do you think about that?
I mean, you know, I don't have any conspiracy on that. I didn't see the video, but we know, we've seen different things happen in history where people get taken out. I mean, you know, because like when you talk about certain things, like a lot of people don't know that you know, MLK didn't die from that gunshot.
Absolutely.
He died in the hospital after, because they suffocated him. So
Absolutely.
Like, if you don't actually do all the research, you would think that, you know, he just died from the gunshot on the balcony.
Right.
He was,
because that's what we were taught.
Mm-hmm.
And we did not know. When I found that out recently, it was devastating to me. And for the nurse that came and spoke out about it, it's like, it's sad that she had to wait so long to tell that part of the story, but that they all knew, and she knew when they made her get out or whatever like that. And it's very devastating. When I found that out, I was crushed. I remember going to Atlanta and I found out like they had that whole, have you ever been to Atlanta? Where they have like, it's a whole history place, like, um, and just finding out so much stuff about him that we didn't even know, and that they never taught us in school. It's a whole museum. It is a Martin Luther King museum in Georgia. And I went there and I found out so much stuff and just really, how he started so young and how he got started and, just his life. And I cried the whole time they took us through the museum. And then when I just recently found out this part of the story, I was crushed. Like I cried.
Yeah, I mean it's sad. Like I said,
Have you ever been to the museum?
I have not. I have not. Where is it at again?
Georgia.
Okay, yeah, I have not been to the museum. I would love to go. I did go to the Negro League Hall of Fame. That museum was amazing because I was a big fan of the Negro League. So, when I was in Kansas City, Missouri, I was able to go and spend almost the whole day there. It was amazing. A feeling that you can't even describe. It was so dope. But you got to remember, I wouldn't put it past them as far as taking her out because she was talking about her royalties. Because you got to remember, they take people out when they start making too much noise. Everybody always focused on that social media and what's and what to do, but it's a distraction to distract you away from what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I wanted to talk about the blackout today, see if people, participated, didn't participate, why not, what the list was about and everything. But I want to bring that up. All right, let's get into our next topic. You ready to do our next topic?
No.
You got some more? You got some more?
Huh? No.
Okay.
No, let's get into it.
Okay. So next topic on deck is, do partners need space?
Okay, so I was watching this thing. I was watching, like, sometimes I just randomly choose movies to watch. And so I was watching these couples, and it reminded me of a book I read where these college alumni will go off and have these girl weekends. And they would get together with their college, alumni or whatever like that. I think like sororities or whatever. And they would just have like this freedom thing or whatever. Anyway, I saw the movie was basically about this couple that would choose to take a weekend out of a year and they just kind of get their own space. Like they can, go off with their friends, boy trip, girl trip, whatever. And I was reading the comments and people were like, hell no, this and that and the other, like they were very against it. And I was so for it because I'm a person like, I need space.
Did you say one week out the year?
1 week.
Oh, 1 whole week out the year.
Yeah, excuse me.
Okay.
So I get bored really easy. I'm always moving. I always got stuff to do. I don't like to be suffocated, or anything like that. Like I'm not a person like, and we talked about this, but we're going to go into another subject about this. So I don't want to get too deep into it. But I think somebody that has to be with their partner 24/7, to me, that person probably has abandonment issues. Mm-hmm. But if you feel like your relationship is strong enough, it's good to miss each other. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have that time. I think partners do need breaks from each other because even if it's not for a day, if you got basketball with your boys and I got brunch with my girls on Sunday, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
No, absolutely. Let me read DJ's comment real quick. DJ said, hell yeah, partners need space. Love to hear you elaborate on that too, DJ, a little more on it. But I believe partners do need their space. They do need time apart. I mean, because like they say, what is it? What is the saying? Like, Oh man, not missing. What makes a heart grow fonder? What is that
Right.
saying? What is that
Um,
saying? I can't think of the exact saying right now, but I think partners do need their space. Partners need to be able to go hang out by themselves, hang out with their friends. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Where they able to get out and do what they enjoy. Because if you don't give your partner space, like, and I love relationships that they're best friends. I love those relationships, but when you talk to those people, they have their away time. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like, if you're not away from somebody, how can you really miss that person if you up under each other 24/7? And some couples like that, but then you gotta have that space where, hey, I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go hoop with the fellas, or I'm about to go to the bar and just have a beer with my guys and catch up.
Boy,
Or
yeah.
have like that men's mental check-in where it's just a bunch of dudes hanging out and just talking about their life and getting information and getting ideas and getting that third party objective opinion on what's going on or what they should do, or just suggestions. Like, if you don't have that alone time, like how can you really have a successful relationship? Like, people that want to get mad if you take a vacation without them, and things like that. Now, like you said, it's a whole week out of the year, 1 week out of the year. To me, it needs to be at least a couple weekends out the year where you go do your thing, I go do my thing. Like, if I'm in the gym and that's what I like to do, let me be in the gym. If you like to go play tennis or whatever it is, or you go to the gym, we go to opposite gyms or whatever. You need that alone time. You know what I'm saying? For you not to get that alone time doesn't make any sense. DJ chimed in. Thank you, sir. He said, and I believe partners need space to keep everything fresh. Absolutely. And keep a sense of self. If I'm always around you or always making you happy, I lose sense of self, and vice versa. Don't become lost in the relationship. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I wanted you to elaborate on that, brother. I knew it was going to be some we can
No, it's
ponder on.
absolutely true. I think that people start to get bored with each other, start to get, and then I think that you, like he said, when you lose yourself, you start to, like, I can't stand, and I've talked about, and I spoke about this many times. I don't like when people get together and then, let's say, like I said, you got basketball on the weekends with your boys, and she had brunch, and then she stopped doing her brunch because she just wants to be with you 24/7. But she gets mad because you don't stop your basketball, and now you end up feeling guilty. You don't want to stop your basketball, but you like, okay, because she's always complaining about it or whatever, or vice versa. And I know a lot of guys who does act like that. Like, man, you always got to be with them. You always got to go. You don't ever go to brunch. Like, to me, it's like, that is very selfish. And if that was your thing before, yeah, you found somebody, but still, like, have your own thing. I don't want all of your things to be my thing, because I don't want all my things to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, my things are my things, and yes, we can accumulate things that we share together, but my things are my things, because I have things I need to do by myself. Absolutely. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. Mm-hmm. And they're not meant to be shared with you, Absolutely. And vice versa. I don't even like when couples, like, when I see, and I'm saying women because I just deal with a lot of women, but I have a lot of male friends. I don't think everything you hear, if you got secrets for your homeboys, no, you don't have to tell me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you all of my sister's secrets or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? What we put in the vault, that's in the vault. And when I see women do that, it just runs. Another thing that grinds my gears, is when women always want to share men's food. You know what I'm saying? Like, that drives me crazy. Like, we went to the restaurant, you got what you got or whatever like that. I asked you what you want. Or if I say, do you want something, and you say no, don't say, let me have some of your fries. I don't like that. I don't touch my food. I don't want to share your food. That aggravates me so much. If you know you like fries and you got a salad and some bullshit, don't ask my blood clot.
Let me ask you this. I don't want you to get all worked up. So say we go to a restaurant, right? We order something opposite, right?
Right.
And I'll be like, damn, like that sounded good, but this is what I wanted, right? And you'd be like, oh yeah, this is good. And like say you was like, oh man, that sounds good, and I'm eating. And if you be like, well, is your food good? Like, yeah. Do you want to try some? Because I know you haven't tried this. Is that a bad thing?
That's different. You offered.
I'm just asking.
That's different. If you offer, like, do you want to try it? Most likely, I probably say no. It depends on what it is. Because I'm very, very picky. That's why I really don't go out to eat that much. Or nobody likes to go out with me because I'm very detailed and very picky about my food. But if you offer, it's something different than every time you eat. And when I see it, when I watch YouTube and stuff, like when I'm watching videos, it's like, let me taste. It makes me so angry. I'm like Joey from Friends. I don't share food. Like, if you say what you want from the store, give me something. What you want to eat? I most likely am going to be, what you want to eat? Let me think about it for a minute. Like, I cannot stand when somebody say, I want nothing. And then when you come in with your stuff, give me some.
Yeah, let me get some.
That drives me absolutely nuts. I think that I see people all the time. I see these videos where women like, she want to climb into his shirt and be all in his pants and all that. It just grosses me out so much because I don't, those are the relationships to me that's fake. You need space. You need to have some form of space, some form of me time. A man should have a man cave. A woman should have a she shed. Like, I believe that, but not that you shouldn't spend time together, have date night and everything like that. I just think sometimes too much. Like when you see people in relationships and they just constantly together, it burns out really fast because y'all constantly together, constantly this, constantly going out, constantly. And it's like, yeah, we got to be at work and everything like that, but I got shit to do.
Being at work is not a long time. DJ said, he's like, I really don't like that either. Get the fuck out my plate. Also, if your only alone time is when you take a shit or go to the bathroom, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. If that is your only alone time, and then you end up taking a 45-minute dump when it don't take you 45 minutes because you trying to get away from somebody and you trying to get alone time. And if you pulling up to your house after work and you sitting in your car for 15, 20, 30 minutes extra just not to go in the house, that means you need some alone time to yourself.
I do that and I live alone.
It's not alone time. That's not
like
alone.
It's just me and my daughter, and I literally still do that. And I'm, what I'm saying, I sit in my car because I just need a breather before I move, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand, like you can't, I just don't force nobody to be here with you 24/7. I think that is like, it's so gross. And no, now get me wrong, because I love my men. Like when I'm loving you, I'm loving you. You know what I'm saying? I want to love on you. I want to be around you. I love, movie night. Oh God, I love stuff like that. Lay on my back and my butt, rub my booty, do all the good stuff. I love that. You know what I'm saying? But I do need my space, and I don't know if that's a good thing or, or a bad thing, but I really feel like when people don't take time for themselves, it is bad for the relationship.
No, absolutely. DJ got a good rule. I like this. DJ say, I tell every woman I talk to or deal with, I tell her during football season, no dates on Sunday. So that's my me time. Give me my 17 to 21 Sundays, please, and thank you. If you say it up front, so you can't nobody get mad in this situation. Like,
yeah,
hey, football season is my season to sit there and watch 3-4 games at one time on my screen, do my fantasy lineups or, pay attention to my thing, pay attention to my football, enjoy my me time watching football. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And when you establish that up front, that is the best thing for any relationship.
But you can tell somebody that up front.
But what I'm saying is, that's what I was about to say. And that's what I'm saying. And if it's a problem after that second or third Sunday, then you know you don't need to be with that person.
Absolutely. Because I've had situations like, okay, so summertime, it's a lot of free reggae shows. Okay. And sometimes I'm setting up as a vendor. When I'm in my space where I need to be creative, make stuff, pack up, make sure I'm on, be in rehearsal or whatever like that, I need you to understand that. Sometimes studio time runs 6 to 8 hours because I'm in there like trying to get it. I need it to sound the way I need it to sound. Rehearsal lasts, 2 to 4 hours. If I'm busy, now I need you to understand that. And then when I'm heavy in the gym, when I come from the gym, I don't want to talk. I don't want to, I need a breather. But when I'm in those moments, I need you to understand that I'm not going to have the time that you know what I'm saying? That's my football season, basically. You understand what I'm saying? And so I always try to put that on the table. And then, I don't know, I just never been that type. Like, it's like, hey, let me know when you got time. Excuse me. When you have time, link up or whatever like that. When I want you, and I will call you. If I have time, it's going down. But I've never been the type to be like, be with me, lay with me, or whatever like that, because I'm always shaking and moving. Now, if you want to shake and move with me, you want to come over here and fill up some of these jars and help me make shea butter and stuff like that, I'm with it. But don't be like, come on, let's go lay down and, trying to get freaky and stuff like that when I'm working, because when I'm focused, I'm really focused and I'm very serious about it.
No, absolutely.
But yeah.
No, absolutely. So I think we both agree that partners do need their space. A lot of cultures agree with that as well. I think that's a good time to take our one and only sponsor break before we go into our next topic. Our next topic, I think, is needed for everybody. We got a lot to unpack in this next topic. Please don't go nowhere. We got more Just Therapy. More BBC. She back on the couch, y'all. We got a lot more coming up. Don't go nowhere. It's a short sponsor break, but you already know who I am. And I'm taking us to break, baby.
Primal Screen in Kent, Ohio. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Quality work, on time, fair prices. For more information, call 330-677-1766. Again, 330-677-1766. Or check us out online, primalscreenprinting.com. If you mention a podcast, you get 5% off. Peace.
Custom Design Aquariums, where we bring your aquatic dreams to life. With your help, using your imagination, together, we will turn your home or office into a peaceful getaway. For a free consultation, call 330-475-5181 or contact us by email at customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Once again, that is customdesignaaqua@gmail.com. Mention this podcast and get 5% off.
Yo, you already know what it is. It's another beautiful Monday evening, and I have the best pizza place for you. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. They got 3 locations. First location is 1909 Bailey Road, Cuyahoga Falls. Their phone number is 330-928-2222. Their second location is in downtown Akron, across the street from Rubber Duck Stadium. That address is 325 South Main Street. Their phone number is 330-849-5707. And their third location is located at 3031 Graham Road, Stowe, Ohio. Their phone number is 330-673-9410. the thing I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria, especially the downtown location, has to be the beer wall. Yes. I like to call it the Dave and Buster's of beer because there are 36 glorious taps of wine, ale, IPAs, lagers, whatever you can think of, is on this wall. You go in there, you put money on a card, you take the card, walk up to the tap, and then pour as much beer, wine as your heart desires. Make sure you drink responsibly. Another thing I love about Twisted Tomato so much is that they cater to your taste buds. A lot of people always ask me, what do you mean by they cater to your taste buds? And I just tell them exactly what I just said. So whatever you order, specialty or non-specialty, it is always done the right way, no exception. And the food is so delicious. Make sure you check them out. Ask for the owner, Brad Culver, mention Just Therapy, the podcast, and receive a 10% discount. Yes, I said it, 10% off of delicious food that you already was going to pay for because it is delicious. So why not get a discount? Mention Just Therapy, the podcast, for the owner, Brad Culver, and get that 10% discount. And always, please remember, if it's pizza, it's possible. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. Yes, indeed. Yes. And we are back. Yo, thanks for not going nowhere, Couchers. We about to get into our second half of the podcast, and we have a doozy for you. We put it under your thoughts because we didn't have a name for this topic because it is so much to unpack with this topic. Sis, go ahead and start us off.
Can you?
Oh man, come on, man. How you gonna throw it back at me? I just threw it to you. I threw you the oop. And then you missed the dunk. And then we let it go out of bounds. Now it's a turnover. Now, come on, yeah, start us up. Because I know you had brung it to me, and I just, you know what I'm saying, put my 2 cents in it, and then it was so much, and we kept adding on to it. So I need you to start again.
Okay. I've really been having a lot of trouble with my breathing, so guys, give me a second.
You was getting too worked up, man. You was getting all pumped about the blood. I was trying to give you the look to let me chime back in and give you a break, and you just kept going. And
I really was cutting off a whole lot, to be honest. I really can't. I can't. Like, okay, I was about to tap out on you.
No, don't tap out on me. So I know we had talked about the intimacy, right? Where people have lost their intimacy, right? Where sex is just that, sex, right? And it's a lot of people, struggling with that. A lot of people are on that celibate journey, being celibate, not having sex, because when you really break it down, like, that's all it is. If there's really no vibe, no real connection there, what are you doing it for? I mean, you bust that nut and then it's over. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be more to it. You know what I'm saying? So we had this conversation yesterday about how sex really doesn't mean anything, and we just not like on it right now. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be two very sexual beings, we've talked about that on the podcast plenty of times, and it's like I really don't need it. You was already talking about you've been in your celibacy for a little bit now. So it's like, what's the real point? I need some couchers to chime in with us. Because I know a lot of females feel this way and the only dudes, all they want is sex, blah, blah, blah. But when you get that other viewpoint from a male's viewpoint where I'm on the same thing. Like a lot of women sometimes just want sex as well. And it's like, no, let's have some more substance. Let's have some more conversation. Like, let's be intellectually involved in this, friendship that might lead to a relationship. Why do we keep rushing into it and then it doesn't work out? You know what I'm saying? KT, all right, KT, here we go. KT chimed in. She said, I've been celibate 3+ years. Okay. Never would have made it without you. And I'm pointing up. God. And then she said, I'm ready. I'm ready. But God said, not yet. I hear that. Keep going on with that. Keep going on with that.
Let me chime in really quick. And I had just
Come
took
on
my
with it.
inhaler,
Okay.
so I had to let it work through the vibes or whatever like that. Celibacy is the worst thing I could have ever did for me. Like literally, my first journey on my celibacy, I actually went 4 years, and it was due to trauma. And then the pandemic hit. I went into the, coma and all of stuff like that. And then it just kind of went on. That is the worst thing I could have did for me as a sexual being. And sometimes people, and don't get me wrong, please, all you Christians and religious people, sometimes people throw God up in it or whatever like that. And to me, I totally disagree. I really do. Sometimes if you're a sexual being and if you're a sensual being and if you're whatever, if that you can really violate a portion of you when you kind of put yourself in. And sometimes I know people go into celibacy and abstinence for different meanings or whatever like that. But sex is really good for so many things. And I'll tap into my intimacy consultant energy, because when you don't have sex, and by our muscle mass breaking down faster after we get after 30 years old, sex actually enhances muscle mass, like that. And when you're not having sex, it helps your muscle mass start to break down faster. It throws off your metabolism in certain ways. And your hormones, it can throw off your hormones in certain ways. When we were talking about it yesterday, and I'm trying to get through this because it's super important. I find that if we have not been paying attention, we really have been disconnected from each other. And I don't know if it's what they're putting in our foods, what they're putting in medications, even in sodas, but people are really not paying attention that women would rather be in the gym than be in a relationship. Men would rather be with their homeboys or just be at home alone, without, what I'm saying? And it's mentally, fucked up for real. This is not how we were meant to be. We were not meant to be apart. We were not meant to not be connected in any ways. And you find it more in the Black communities that it is being separated. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is being put in our minds. You see women like, oh, he got to make 6 figures. It's about the money. It's about the money. It's about the money. And it's never been like that before. Of course, everybody always wanted something and wanted, to be a part of something, and to have better within their home and relationship or whatever like that. Nobody wanted to suffer, but it's more deeper than that. There's no connection, and we're being completely separated. There's no real conversation. There's no mystery to something. I got a whole video that I did butt ass naked. I mean, you don't really see nothing, but it was called "Why Do You Hate My Black Skin?" So it represented something. I was trying to really be like Lady Godiva type shit. But at the end of the day, there is no I have really been with men recently. And I'm about to say this, and it's on a podcast, so it's just between all of us. And because we got a lot of followers and a lot of people, I know y'all gonna be trying to, I love giving head. I really do like to pleasure you in such a way. And I feel like I be with somebody and I just be like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Because I am not being stimulated mentally, physically. I'm a sapiosexual. I love, when you stimulate my mind, you never even have to finish school. But if you have knowledge, because being educated is nice, but when you're knowledgeable and you're intelligent, that stimulates my whole vibes. And it's there's people don't even know how to hold conversations anymore because everybody's texting or whatever, and sending texts and sending DMs and emails and all that fuckery and computer. And I hear men saying they're not being stimulated. They're listening to women and they're just I've had some of my homeboys tell me that they got in a room with someone, and in a room they are literally naked, and they not even getting hard or anything like that, because the person hasn't even stimulated them in another way or whatever. Or naked bodies don't mean that you just want to fuck, and all men just don't want to fuck. Men want to be stimulated too. But then let's go deeper than that. Like I said, when you're with somebody and you're like, I know, like you in your mind, you want to be intimate, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is something's wrong there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be where I'm with you and I don't feel like I want to fuck you kind of thing. And it's just we gotta know that it's something gotta be wrong there, where it's like, I don't feel like being bothered. And I have moments, and for real, and you can tell this, bro, where I'm supposed to be with somebody and I'll call you like, bro, boom, 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 boom. And we'll talk about some like complete bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be bothered. Or I just confide in you that I was talking to this guy and I think that we were flirting, but I wasn't sure that we were flirting. And I was confused about the flirt. And I'm like, I shouldn't be confused. Are you flirting with me or not? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm ready to say, I'm ready to be like, hey, this is the address, like, come through. But it's really crazy where you're confused about if somebody is flirting with you or not, or is this person into me or not, or people don't undress each other, or be, there's no passion in it. People don't even kiss. Like, there are people telling me like, hey, I just went over there and he took off my clothes and stuck it in, and he asked me why I was dry, because there was no foreplay. You know what I'm saying? There's no amount of stimulation. We're not talking. We don't click some buttons or text or whatever. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Take a break for a second, because I don't want you coughing up a lung. So take it a second. So KT chimed in. She said, the thing that helps me, though, is realizing I don't want to waste my time for real.
For real.
DJ chimed in and said, I respect any woman who is being celibate, because I know sometimes I fall short, and somebody who takes celibacy serious is making more strides towards something more important than my urges. KT also chimed in. She said, girl, that inhaler must have you high. You talking crazy, LOL. You know I want sex, love it, and enjoy it all when I get down. However, the mental and emotional heartbreak sex with the wrong person causes ain't worth it. DJ chimed in. He said, that's cap. I want to be around all the women, right? And then he also said, I love throat hugs. KT said, I agree. We have to come together more, but not just sexually. I agree with that. DJ also chimed back in. He said, I'm glad she is saying this, because women really don't believe that I can be around women and not try to have sex with them. I am genuine cool dude that love getting a woman's perspective and advice. He also chimed back in and said, but don't get it fucked up. When I put that shit on, I'm going to go bag something. What up, cuzzo? Chip in the building. And then KT chimed in and said, fall short, quick fall, huh? I can't say y'all for that last one.
Yes, I am high, but I boiled some Mary Jane in my tea, but so I've been like drinking that all day. The inhaler, it's just, it's to open up my left lung. But yeah, I'm high, and that's for the giving all the time. You should know that, cousin. Secondly, I feel like, yeah, I do think that, when you have intimacy with the wrong person, it throws you off your everything. Like, if you have sex with the wrong person, it throws off not only your mental, your emotional, your pH balance, everything. And really, you really have to pay attention to that. But also, I'm a person that feels like sometimes you just need to get it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. I don't feel like it's anything wrong to be like, hey, I just need to get this off. Deuces, I really don't give a shit what your name is, just whatever. But that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that another time, because that offends a lot of people. I get it. But sometimes you just need to definitely get off. Sometimes you just need a hug. Where
Yeah.
people have forgotten that when you see women and men that are angry and mentally stressed or whatever like that, I do say sometimes they probably need a good fuck, but most times that person hasn't had physical human connection in a loving and supportive manner. The other day I went to one of the herbal stores, and I was feeling, this was from the first time I went to the hospital, and he was just like, how you doing or whatever like that. And I was feeling so dead because I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I was like, can you please give me a hug? But I couldn't, I was barely breathing. And he gave me a hug. And I promise you, I felt so much better. And it was non-sexual, and he was like, the next day when he saw me, he was just like, thank you for that. And I said, for what? I should be thanking you. He was like,
that hug too.
he said, I didn't realize that I needed the hug or whatever. And he was like, and he told me that he cried after I left because he was feeling very vulnerable. He felt himself feeling away. He didn't know what was going on. He had a lot going on in his family, and he was feeling very vulnerable. And I thought that was just such an amazing thing, because we lack on knowing that our men need certain intimacy. They need certain moments where they need to feel emotional. And we really lack on that because we always talk about women needing these things, and men need them sometimes more. And maybe that's what the Most High sent me in there for. And I thought I needed a hug, and maybe he actually was the one that needed it.
Right.
So those are things that we don't talk about.
No, absolutely. Yeah, they keep chiming in too. DJ said that was a good one. Creative as hell. That was a good one. And KT also said, we do live in an awkward society where people don't know how to talk to each other or have a level of intimacy through communication and mental stimulation. Then DJ said, I smash women before I even touch them. My mouthpiece will have a woman not knowing she even wanted to have sex with me till I have been smashing her for 4 to 6 months. What? KT said, a good hug from a strong man has the power to melt a woman. SB, remember when I told you I was in love all over again? It was the hug that did it. Okay, all right.
Been there. I've been there. Literally.
No, but yeah, because like I think we lacking, because like social media got us so wrapped up, right? Not having that, that visual contact, that visual connection, and that the actual communication part. We missing that so much to where it's like, blah, I really don't want to be bothered. So it was a fact. It was a thing that I wanted to talk about during Valentine's Day. You wasn't feeling that great. But it was a statistic that said, it was saying like Black women are the most educated in the world, but 90% of them don't have a mate. Why is that? Right. Mm-hmm. It's like so many people, period, are looking for the bag, or what can this person do for me, money wise, motivated wise. I was talking to somebody today, and they were telling me about somebody they related to or whatever, and they said they're in a engagement and the girl is miserable, and I seen it firsthand how miserable this person looked. But the whole thing is like the family is happy that they're engaged because the person has the other person has money. Like, the money ain't gonna make you happy. Why would you be in a relationship because this person just has money? They're not stimulating you emotionally, mentally, anything like that. So if you can't get stimulated that way, what is the money go do for you? Like, to me, that makes no sense. And for somebody to look at somebody different because they don't have money, and that's a good dude, and all this, that's a good guy, and all this because they have money. But you don't know the way they talk to that person is not the good thing. The
Right.
way they treat that person is not the good thing.
Right.
It's like, how can you really stimulate somebody's mind if you're not having that real connection, that vibe, that intimacy through communication and just wanting each other and getting to know each other instead of just having that sexual relationship? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think so many of us are lost on that, where we need to take it back. And this is what we were talking about yesterday. When, you know, back in the day when you would call somebody's house and, you know, the mom would answer and you'd be like, hey, Miss Jones, you know, how you doing? Can I talk to, you know, whatever the girl's name is? And they'd be like, who is this? And how do you know my daughter? You know, and all that. And you had to explain that and be cordial and be, you know, use that mouthpiece to have the parent be like, okay, all right, hold on one second, and let them talk on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where we would have the phone conversations and the phone play, and that, oh, you hang up first. No, you hang up. No, you hang up, and y'all falling asleep on the phone. We need to get back to that, man.
I know that is the greatest feeling. Absolutely.
Because if we can't get back to that, there's no relationship that's really gonna work. You know what I'm saying? When you really intimate and involved with each other as far as like the mind part.
Yeah. Where you're like meeting up and like, I don't even care. Like, to me, you know, and I'm really like, I'm a grounder. I'm a real like simple person. I'm a minimalist. I don't need much. You know what I'm saying? And yet people see me and they think I'm like this person, but like I love picnics and I love, you know, like I love going to the lake. I love fishing. I really like simple things, you know. I don't need a whole lot. I just love to communicate. Let's go to the park. Like, I like being like a teenager again, like I want to talk to you on the phone. I really can't stand texting. I only text people like, can you talk? And if they can't, then I'll text them like, oh, and if they say text me. But I need to feel your laughter. I need you to feel my laughter. I need you to feel my flirt and my joke, because I'm funny. Like, I need that vibes. Like, when I see some of the guys, like when I go out, when I go to shows, when I even meet up with the artists or whatever, hug me with two hands. I want to feel your heartbeat, you know, like, and I want you to feel mine. We need to connect right there. That's a part of communication or whatever. And sometimes my heart is doing all kind of stuff. So it's going to tell you a story about me. I want to think about you. You know what I'm saying? I love phone conversation. I like phone sex. I like being able to communicate to you in all levels. Then, like, if we see each other, it's a vibes. I get freaked out about a lot of stuff. Like, we were talking also, we went into the conversation about women with abandonment issues, people with abandonment issues. Mm-hmm. And we spoke about how I had abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? I had situations with my mom and my dad. And I felt like, you know, my sister also had these things, and she's much older than me. But in the vibes of it, she was very needy, where I was very distant. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, because I was preparing for it to be over before it even started, kind of thing. And I find that people don't heal. This is where me and you were at last night too. People jump into a relationship, and they don't allow the healing. So they've dealt with abuse or abandonment or some type of toxic destruction, and then they take that and they go on into the next relationship and get it, you know, all involved in that. And they are dealing with those same things, or they're being overly needy and over that. And then they're treating this person like it's the last person. But some of our abuse even start from childhood, from our parents. And then we take that on into our dating habits, starting in teenagers, because most of us started dating as teenagers. And then that becomes, so all of these different things develop. And then you deal with toxicity or whatever like that. And you think that this is how you're supposed to be treated. So I put up a post that said something like, I can't even remember. Do you remember the status of what I said in that post?
Yes. I'll pull it up right now.
And I know-
Get these. Let me get these comments out the way real quick before I pull it up. I don't want to lose these comments. Okay. KT said physical touch is a huge love language, which it is. She also said research says we need 8 to 10 hugs a day or something like that. People truly want to touch and connect together. DJ said, I got money and will give you money to get you the hell out my face. And then he said, a man spending money on you does not equate to him really liking you, ladies.
At all.
I got extra money and don't care. I was going to spend it. I was going to spend it anyway. He also said, we got a freaky frog here. He said, we listen, but we don't judge on the phone sex comment. All right.
Let's get freaky frog.
Freaky frog. That was funny. I like that. All right. So your post said, wait, that ain't your post. What the hell? Oh, here we go. All right. It says people, you said people, job people, what you're attracted to when you're broken will discuss you when you heal. I'm going to say that again. People, what you're attracted to when you're broken will discuss you when you heal. That was powerful. Like, that was so powerful. I was like, whoa.
And it's real.
And I put something on Facebook the other day. And like I said, it just came to me, and I was like, I had to post it. And I ended up putting #ponder on. I should have did a video on it, but it came to me, and it just made so much sense, because it was like, make sure you actually heal before you make someone have to heal after being with you.
Yes. Yes. And so that goes into what I was just saying. A lot of people don't heal, and they take all those toxic traits into their next relationship. And then and sometimes if you're abused, you become the abuser. And I think that people really don't take the time to get to know themselves, because when you're with a person, you're compromising and you're learning how to be with that person and how to be what that person wants and or needs, and vice versa. So I think that a lot of people don't take the time to actually get to know who they are. And you don't really get to know who a person is if you don't communicate with them, verbally and face to face or whatever. I really cannot stand how technology has separated us from connection. And I want to sit face to face with you and hold hands and talk. You know what I'm saying? I want to sit on your lap. Like, I'm a person, I will sit on your lap face to face with you. And I just want to talk and just vibe, because I like looking in your eyes. I want to feel you, and I want you to feel me. And I find that a lot of people have an upset with guys or whatever like that. And I'll just be like, like, if I get to a moment, I really only give people about 10 minutes. If we sit and we're talking, or we're on the phone talking, and we have dead silence for 30 seconds, I'm never going to talk to you again. Because I'm like, hey, is everything okay? Did you have a good day? I'm going to pull out the questions that maybe you had a bad day and you don't feel like talking. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with you telling me that. But like, if I got to keep saying, so what you did today? So who is your favorite artist? When a conversation is not flowing naturally, then I know that you are not the person for me. If a person says, hey, I only like to text, you're not the person for me, I will never talk to you again. Like, we can, no bad feelings or anything like that. That's just something that I'm not going to allow. I don't want to be disconnected, and I don't want my people to be disconnected. I need to communicate, and I need to feel the connection. And I think a lot of people don't even know how to feel it anymore. Mm-hmm. And they're allowed it to be like just kind of erased from them. And those of us that know what the phone with the long cord and all that, like, I think we know that vibe, you know what I'm saying? And it just becomes just nostalgia, Sometimes I forget that I'm on my cell phone. I start hurting my cell phone like it's a real old school phone, kind of vibes.
Yeah, because you got to be like this the whole time on the cell phone.
Yeah, it be hurt. Your neck be hurting or whatever. But if I'm in a
phone right there.
For real. And
Yep.
because I don't like to be on speakerphone all the time, because sometimes I never know what my people gonna say. Like when I said what I said last night about the mirror. So it just throws a lot of people off because you never know what I'm gonna say. I'm very, very flirtatious, and it's just a natural thing for me to be that way. When I'm connected to a person, I love telling I love feeding into them. I like, just really, I don't like when a person tells me what they like about me as much as them telling me what they like about me. Like, I don't want somebody to be like, oh, your eyes, yeah, they're beautiful, or, what I'm saying, like that. But like, I want to communicate with you in the vibe of like, we are having good conversation. I'm feeding it to you, and I know what you do, and I respect the energy of your magic kind of thing. So I want everybody get back to connecting, because I literally don't want to be bothered right now if you can't bring stimulation to my vibe. Like, I just be like, I'm like, I hear my phone bust. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I think you're beautiful. And when I'm out, after I perform everything, it's like, do you have anybody? Can I take you out on a date or whatever? And it's like, soon as I shake your hand or as soon as I feel it, I'll be like, yes. I don't. I could be with my whole puppy. Me and my puppy lay in the bed and eat cookies and popcorn. Go ahead.
DJ was like, man, that's a bar. That was a bar. He also said, yeah, I'm not a safe for speakerphone person. I don't even know what I'm going to say half the time. I am with you, DJ. I got people that call me or I call them, and the first thing they say is, hey, you on speakerphone? Okay. Like, I'm one of those people that you got to let know I'm on speakerphone. Ain't no telling what's going to come out.
You're for real one of those people.
Yeah, because I can say some hilarious stuff, some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I mean, that's just how I've always been. So make sure you never, or just tell me. Like I said, I call people and they be like, the first thing they say, they be like, "What up, SB? You on speakerphone?" All right, so I know, you know what I'm saying. Like, and I'll call people, and if I hear them like in the car, and I'll be like, "You riding by yourself?" Like who you with? So I'll do that. Like I did that earlier today. I hit up my dude, and I can tell he was in the car because he was driving somewhere. And I'm like, anybody riding with you today? Did anybody ride with you? And he like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, man. So this is like, I be needing to know, because like, I mean, I can say some off the hook stuff sometimes, or I can just be, regular, but you need to let me know if I'm on speakerphone. So, but yeah, I think we need to get back to that face to face, that actually feeling the vibe, but then you can tell when you can feel the vibe, but then when the vibe is gone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you can feel that vibe, and the vibe would be good, and then all of a sudden something happens. They say something, or it's something that you really don't like, that you really don't feel like you have to deal with because you choose to deal with stuff.
Yeah,
and you can tell instantly that vibe is gone. Sometimes you got to put people, in that back space for a little bit, because you can tell they haven't maybe healed all the way, or maybe you haven't healed all the way, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know yourself too, because I mean, the end goal, man, like I'm one of them fairy tale people. You know what I'm saying? I believe in, romance and having that happily ever after. You feel me? So
yeah,
if I can't get that, man, like what's the point, man? I done enough for 3 people's lifetime. Like it's sometimes that shit just get old, man. Like it's like, what's the point?
I'm telling you, and stop taking away people's choice. Like, I think that is another thing, excuse me, that people don't take away my choice. Like, keep it 100, you know what I'm saying, as much as you possibly can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you got other shit going on and you're seeing other people, let me know that is the case too. Because it leaves the door open for me. Like, most times, I'm going to choose what I choose. I don't really give a shit, you know what I'm saying? But if you put it out in front of me, like, these are your choice, this is the choice, if I still want to choose you, I'ma still choose you. I really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? What I want is what I want. But if you take away my choice and then you know you're doing these other things and you got all this going on, then I find out later. To me, it's just like, that is something, one of the moments like KT was talking about, like, you don't devastate my energy, you know? Don't do that to me, especially when I'm keeping it 100 with you. Most times, I'm always dating more than one person. I have not been in situations where I was only dating one person, which bothers a lot of people, but I'm very honest about it because I was brought up in such a way of polygamy, you know, and I'm very outspoken about it. I don't lie about it. I try to always make sure the people know this is what it is, and whatever happens after that is what happens. But I think a lot of people like the sneak or the forbidden fruit or whatever the hell it is, but keep it, you know, let's put all of it on the table, and whatever choices we make.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I feel about, you know.
Let them have a choice on if they're willing to talk to you or willing not, you know what I'm saying, not willing to talk to you. I mean, I think we had that conversation not too long ago with the married but separated. You know what I'm saying? Some people will deal with that. Some people won't deal with that. But, I mean, you got to be straight up with it and give them that choice. I've been in that situation twice. You know what I'm saying? Going through a divorce. And I'll tell them, like, hey, I'm going through a divorce. It's not final yet. I'm letting you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it, or it's in the motion right now. We're just waiting on court dates or whatever. But I'm going to give you that choice. If you go talk to me or you not. I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to sit there and lie and be like, oh, yeah, I ain't married. But then they married or they not, you know what I'm saying, they separated but still living in the same house. Like, just be upfront with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what's wrong with telling the truth? Most people will be okay with you telling me the truth, and then they get to pick. All right, I'll still mess with you. Or all right, no, holler at me when you actually done. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Why do we take away people's choices? Like, to me, that's stupid, you know?
I think it's so stupid.
KT chimed in. She said, people are scared to be hurt. Yes. Everyone trying to protect themselves from getting hurt while hurting themselves. Absolutely.
Oh.
That's a bar right there. I mean, that just, like, you know, that goes into what we, you know what I'm saying, what you posted and what I posted. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, you know, yeah, everybody has been hurt before, but if you don't heal from that hurt, you go make somebody else heal from the hurt you put on them. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, take your time sometimes. And I know a lot of people don't want to be alone, and, you know, you want to move to the next relationship or move to the person or whatever. But, you know, we do need that interaction with people, but it all doesn't have to be sexual. You know what I'm saying? Just hanging out.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think nothing wrong with that, you know?
No, it's not. And then, because just think, remember when, like, we go back to when we were younger, when we were teenagers, and you would go to the park. What happened?
DJ, man.
What do you say? Jeez,
I love when DJ chime, man. You my guy, man. This shit hilarious. He gonna say, my hoes all know about each other, and it keeps me safe and peaceful. The main thing is we want you safe, my brother.
Want you safe. We definitely want you safe.
We don't want you coming up with that song talking about, I got a problem that it turns too late. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. So make sure you safe and make sure you tell.
Yes.
KT gonna say, I'm sick of this DJ. I need better friends. I'm gonna pray for you. He said, because I'm never lying, because lying is what makes people flip for real. I hear that.
No, really. When you take away somebody's choice, that's really, that is devastating. Like, that's up there with, like, you traumatized my life, you know, and I really don't like that. And I always give people like I always give people like the layout, like, hey, this is what it is. This is what it ain't. Keep it 100 with me. I need to know. Like, how many people are you sleeping with? Are you raw backing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know, because I'm a person, being a physical person, being, you know, I'm a I don't want to say I'm an over pleasurer, but you know, I believe in intense pleasure or whatever like that. I need to know what I'm up against because this is my life. And I mean, vice versa. I believe in the same thing, but I think that, you know, people really don't even understand how powerful we are together. You know what I'm saying? Rather it's because sometimes we think that we're supposed to be with a person where somebody's actually supposed to be our brother or supposed to be our homeboy or our homegirl or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? You can have these intense feelings with each other that don't mean that you're supposed to be physical, because
Correct.
that can mess up the vibes too. And a
Correct.
lot of people don't realize that. But what I notice is people are not, this is what I wanted to, because we touched on this too last night. People are not even getting pleasure from fucking anymore. Like people just really fucking just to be fucking, you know, like I've had moments where, and I was talking about this, like, okay, so, and KT can chime in, when you have a baby, you feel this pain and this, everything that your body go through. But after you have your baby, and you know, your baby, like you remember that you was in pain, but you can't describe the actual kind of pain. So I was saying that sometimes how you've been with somebody physically and you know, you talking to your homegirls, you talking to your homeboy or whatever like that. And they're like, well, yeah, okay, y'all kicked it last night. How was it? And then you can't really remember how it was. It's like, it was you know what I'm saying? That is not a good thing. That is a bad thing. I really, like I was saying, people don't have passion within it anymore. People definitely not doing foreplay. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to undress me and, you know, just make me feel sensual and sexy. You know what I'm saying? I love kissing. I love kissing. I love a passionate, good kiss. Can't stand a wet kisser. Like, that really grosses me out. But I really love to feel that energy and the passion of a person. And when people are not like that anymore, like, I want, when the person touched me or when I'm sitting at my desk and I could think about this moment we had together and I still get all, you know, sorry.
No, you cool. All right, let's go back to these comments, y'all.
Jesus.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. I got that. All right. KT go say something is wrong with you. DJ say, oh yeah, it can't go out like Chris Bender. She also said, KT said, DJ got stalkers. It's next level. She also said, but I do agree to always be honest. Then she said, however, if anyone met my ex-husband and hear me call him my brother, I'm not lying. That's how we are related now.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, that's hilarious. DJ gonna say intense pleasure, aka BDSM. Participator. KT gonna say his mama is my mama and his brother is my brother, so that makes us siblings now. Can't admit that. That's no more.
It's true.
KT gonna say DJ, what's that? I had to laugh when you said, what's that? Google it. He gonna say,
What is that?
BDSM?
Yeah.
You don't know what BDSM is?
Oh,
It's like, it's
no, I know what it is.
It's bondage.
I thought you said
dominatrix.
B. I thought you said B.
No, B. B as in boy.
I got you. I know what it is.
Bondage, dominatrix. And
Yeah, I know. I didn't need you to say it. I got it now.
Oh, okay. Because KT wanted to know. I forgot.
Okay, you told her to Google it.
KT gonna say, is that time for you to settle down and grow? It's time for you to settle down and grow up.
There's no such thing as that. Nobody should like feel like that.
You're talking to DJ. I don't know if she was talking.
No,
to
I know who she's talking to.
Oh man, this has been a great episode, man. And I told y'all it was a lot to unpack in that your thoughts. Like I said, we had a long conversation, great conversation last night. And I was like, we got to talk about this on the podcast. We just got to remember exactly what we said because it was so much that just made sense. You know what I'm saying?
But it's good to get the male point of view on it too, because like as women, we talk about this type of stuff all the time, and we're always given, like, okay. But when you hear that men are feeling this way, it's just something different.
Right. No, absolutely. And then KT gonna say, oh, that dominatrix stuff. Yes. And then DJ gonna say all the short jokes. I'm never growing no more. I don't even think that was a short joke, but then when I looked at it, I'm like, maybe, because it said grow up, but it said it's time for you to settle down and grow up. Like, I don't know if it was a short joke. Maybe at the end it was. I don't know. KT gonna say, I figured it was something freaky. Stand up when you talk to me like that. Yo, they going back and forth. That's just hilarious. Oh man, but yeah, it is refreshing when you hear the other perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? That other people feel the same way you feel. As far as like, people need to get back to the roots of it all. You know what I'm saying? Until we really get into it, I think everybody's still gonna be lost. So
let's play high, go get it and get it up. You know what I'm saying? Like that was. I want to go back to that days.
Oh man, you just brought back crazy memories when you said hide and go get it. He said, I'm crying. Not to hide and go get it. We used to hide tennis balls. That was like pretty much like hide and go get it, but we would play with tennis balls as well.
I don't even know what that.
Oh man, when we was kids, the girls would put the tennis balls in their shirt and then you had to go find them and stuff like that. It was just a long story. But yes. Okay. Definitely a great episode. A lot to unpack. We covered a lot of stuff today. I think this was a great episode. Little mama. All right, but it is that time. I think we had enough time on the couch. Had some fun time. DJ, KT, thanks for chiming in today, being the faithful couchers that you are. Great conversation. It is that time of the day for your close. Something you can ponder on until the next time you see us live on YouTube and Facebook under Just Therapy, the podcast, or hear us next day on Spotify. Let's see. All right, I did that one. I'm just looking. Oh, I like this one. All right, here we go. So your close this week, something you can ponder on. Come on, say it with some feeling, girl.
Ponder on.
Say it with your chest.
Ponder on.
Say it with your chest.
Ponder on.
Time you enjoy wasting was not wasted. I'm going to say that one more time. Time you enjoy wasting was not wasted. Go and break that down for everybody and we'll get up out of here, sis.
I think that's self-explanatory. When you enjoyed something, you could never be wasted time because you actually enjoyed it.
Absolutely. All right, couchers, it's been another lovely episode on the couch. Thanks for tuning in, chiming in. We appreciate y'all so much because without y'all, we wouldn't be doing this. Sis, send them home.
If no one has told you today, I love you, I believe in you, and I want you to win.
You already know what it is. You know what I'm going to say. One thing you can never get back, and that is time. And I want to thank you for spending your time on the couch with us. We will see y'all next week. God willing, we out, y'all. Bye, sis. Love you, girl.
I love y'all. Bye. Bye, KT. Bye, DJ.
CAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go.